This week, we're bringing a brand new show to the sofa.
We'll be discussing various hot topics that have caught our eyes this week.
From the Oxfam Scandal and the Brit Awards to the celebration of Margarita Week.
I'm Annabelle Gouveia.
And I'm Alexander Greensmith.
Welcome to the Nott Spot.
Recently in the press, one of the UK's biggest charities, Oxfam, have been under scrutiny.
This is after allegations its staff hired prostitutes while working overseas.
Nottingham city centre is home to lots of charities, including 2 Oxfam shops.
So we sent Katie Fenton to find out more.
Last week, The Times published an investigation into allegations that Oxfam covered up details of misconduct that occurred in Haiti and Chad between 2006 and 2011. The international charity has now come under scrutiny by government bodies who have warned that funding will be stopped for charities that fail to implement safeguarding policies. But what does this mean for Oxfam, and how will this affect the future of other charities? Here's all you need to know about the Oxfam scandal. In 2006, Oxfam workers in Chad allegedly hired prostitutes for sex at homes funded by the charity. 4 years later, senior aid workers paid for sex in Haiti during the earthquake in a villa also believed to be paid for by the charity. In 2011, an Oxfam investigation caused 4 workers to be dismissed and 3 others to resign. In August of that year, a statement published by Oxfam informed a charity regulator about allegations of misconduct, including inappropriate sexual behaviour. 2 months later, the Department for International Development claimed the charity failed to reveal that the allegations could have related to underage girls or prostitutes. Nottingham is a city with a multitude of charity shops. When we asked how the scandal might affect Oxfam stores, with 8 in Nottingham alone, the charity had this to say. It is too early to give a clear picture of the impact on Oxfam fundraising events and trading operations. We are extremely grateful to all those who continue to support us. Their generosity is crucial in allowing us to continue to help millions of people worldwide survive disasters and escape poverty. I asked the people of Nottingham whether they give to charity and why.
When I see people on the street and they're starving to death, is what it looks like to me, I feel that I can't not do anything about it, so I give money to charities for those kind of reasons.
When I see a good cause, I'll do that, but I don't do a monthly subscription. I don't want to do that.
Why not?
Because I'm not sure what the money is spent on, and I feel I need to be closer, I think.
I don't at the moment. I'd like to if I had a bit more money. Because I'm a student, I kind of live in a world where every penny kind of counts for me. And there's obviously a lot of scandals going on, and there's a lot of risk when it comes to it.
I'm actually a Freemason, so we give loads of money to charity. And the reason why I do it is because I think people need it, and depending on the charity, it can help in many different ways. So I think it's important to give to get back, so to speak.
But how much do people really know about where their money goes when they give to charity?
I think it depends on the charity. I think with the ones that I tend to put it towards, then yeah, I know exactly where it's going. With some of them, I wouldn't be confident. Maybe that's just because I haven't got enough knowledge about it, or maybe they don't give you enough information. So I don't think always you know exactly.
I don't think you can ever be 100% certain, but I think most people, and I say most people, who work for charities work very hard, and the people in charge of most charities, I think, spend the money wisely.
Charity's a big business in the UK, so you really don't know, and you have to be quite trusting, and sometimes they're quite pushy in terms of their fundraising.
It depends on the charity. There's obviously a wide variety of charities out there with different morals and different thoughts on things, so I'd definitely have to have a look about it first.
Cheers,
Katie Fenton reporting for the Nott Spot.
Cheers, Katie. It seems lots of people are still willing to give to charity even after this scandal.
Do you still give to charity, Alex?
Well, actually, I just gave to charity the other day. I was doing a bit, journalistic work in Old Market Square, and I was like, I'll give you a bit of cash if I can ask you a little bit of questions. So I felt proper good about myself.
Oh,
I
nice
got some
guy.
work done as well.
Such a lovely guy.
Oh, stop.
There's plenty more going on in and around Nottingham, and we're joined now by Luke Goodsall, who's got the roundup on what the newspapers are talking about.
Hey.
Luke, What do you have for us?
So starting on a local focus with the Post, the front story on this one is a bit grim, unfortunately. It happened yesterday. It was a murder in Hucknall, and obviously lots of people talking about how shocking that was. But I thought the main story that we needed to look at within the Post today was actually this health crisis. So we all know about the QMC struggling. It's a regular thing. It happens a lot, and it's a big problem. So at the moment, they're having this big issue, particularly last weekend, in that too many people are coming in during specific working days and then on weekends. So last week we had over 1,000 people came in just 2 days, and that's just too much.
So last year there was this talk about a black rating.
Yeah.
Has it improved in colours at all? Or?
Well, that's the problem. So there was this thing called Opal 4, which is something they've brought in to replace this black alert, which means that the hospital is under serious problem. That is a serious issue for them, and they haven't been able to fix it. It's still going on. Ask anyone who's been to the QMC, they'll go and they won't get seen. It'll be a 4-hour wait at least. It's a serious problem, and the hospital are struggling. Particular problems have been with stuff like neonatal care, so that's pregnancy and stuff like that. They just don't have enough beds. It's a real problem, and stuff like the Nova virus means that beds have to be shut down. It's an issue that is continually ongoing, and you'll see throughout the papers.
Big queues at QMC.
Well, it's going to be expected. You'll never get in quickly. On a more positive focus, we've got Nottinghamshire in Focus, which is I didn't know about this paper until maybe a couple of days ago,
no,
so
me neither.
Fair enough. So welcome. So this is Forever in Bloom. It's QMC related again. That's what they've gone for the title. So it's a charity which is all to do with helping young families and young mothers, or at any age, to be fair, who have lost children very early on. And what they've done is that they've installed a large sort of paradise garden where people can sort of go to relax and sort of remember what they lost. And it's a really beautiful thing to do. And I think, honestly, the QMC needs it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, parents all have their different ways of coping, and if there's other parents going through similar things, they could, in a sense, meet up there, and it's such a beautiful place.
I mean, absolutely. The article talks about that kind of sort of supporting someone and being together, doing what is, without a doubt, probably the most difficult thing you can go through. Moving on, before we go back to East Midlands, we've got some websites for that a bit later. But we go with The Independent. It's a bit wild, and this man, Alex.
Damien Pornman Green.
Yeah, so Damien Pornman Green, not real name.
No relation to me.
has recently returned after having a bit of a problem, having been caught watching porn on his parliamentary account. So that was obviously a bit of a bit risky, watching porn at work.
Bit.
Yeah. Well, for some reason he's come back and he's giving his 2 pence on Brexit. And why? He's basically saying that we don't know anything, we don't know what's going on, or there's no knowledge. But at the same time, it's like, what have you got to say, Damien? And the article is very clear on this. It even quotes, "Let's have this argument in public. That's what democracies do."
He's saying it straight.
I mean, to be honest with you, I mentioned it before. I care about that, really.
Okay.
KFC, that's what really matters.
Quite a local issue. What else have we got for us there, Luke?
So, KFC doesn't have any chicken, basically, Alex. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
Big.
So, on a university basis, we have The Times. They are doing the story, "University strike puts final exams in danger." So what this means is that there's this issue with lots of lecturers are being criminally underpaid, supposedly. And this is resulting in lots of walkouts occurring later in the year. And what this is going to do is that means that loads of contact hours and loads of lecturers are going to be seriously affected.
I need to know, will Nottingham Trent University be affected?
Unfortunately, at this moment in time, no, it doesn't look like it. Unless my information is incorrect, it's not going to happen here. It's mainly affecting larger unis, so you're talking Cambridge, you're talking Oxford, you're talking Bristol, you're talking Manchester. It is a problem, and who knows what we're going to do? I think I'm sure you guys have heard about it, but they're bringing in a new thing which will mean that you'll have to get your money back if you don't get your lessons in, which is a bit rubbish.
And finally,
we've got
Mail.
something from the Daily Mail, and Jezza Corbyn, he's back. Well, he's not really back. It's another problem, unexpected from the right-wing press. We've got the Daily Mail running this story about him supposedly using a Czech spy.
Another communism accusation. I'm just going to wait for it to be reported in the mainstream media that isn't the Daily Mail.
Yeah, I can't really.
You never really see it. You never really see it. Time to be open, Comrade Corbyn. Harsh.
Just for the pun, really.
Harsh.
But Luke, thank you very much. Top reporter. Though
Lots of
TV
news
journalism's
there.
better.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Luke. There's some interesting stuff happening at the moment.
Nottingham's-based speed skater Elise Christie, in other news, has had an Olympic nightmare sadly returning.
2 crashes and a disqualification at this year's Winter Games means no medals for the world champion.
The Nott spot's Luke Gardner caught up with Elise's former coach to discuss this Olympic anomaly.
Semi-final, right on the final bend. Yet again, she ends up in a distraught.
So she's the kind of person that I think initially will have a good cry about it. So you've seen that in the media with like kind of some big displays of emotion. That is, you know, who she is. She'll have a big cry, but she's also a really competitive and determined person. So she'll come back out and she'll want to win the next race. So she will be thinking, what can I do?
There she is. Is this to be her moment? Away they go, the final is on, they get away first time. Van Kerkhoff not with a great start. Elise Christie trying to move through on the inside, now trying to hug the inside line. Had a little look, no room past Bhutan. Bhutan there almost colliding with Choi Min-jong. Christie tries to make it on the inside. She's third, but Van Kerkhoff, Christie crashes out. Christie is out of it once again. Fontana going with Choi Min-jong. But in her quest for gold, Elise Christie ends up on the floor again.
It still hurts, you know.
I think sometimes when you're watching it back as an untrained speed skater, it looks a lot more unpredictable than it is. So the athletes are a lot more in control of what's happening than perhaps at night it may sometimes seem. Obviously, it is unpredictable because the athletes are all interacting together, and you know they're all on the ice together, all jostling for position. But it's all about decision making, kind of recognising Patsy as a 16-year-old, and I was actually on the team with her at that point in time, and I started coaching her when she was probably about 18 or 19 as one of her coaches. But she's matured massively. She's developed her speed and power. She is so much faster than she used to be, so much stronger, so much more
5 seconds.
as well. Much better in amongst the pack, and much better at dealing with all the kind of ups and downs that go with the sport.
We wish all the best for Elise and her former coach. Unfortunately, though, there are some winter sports that remain excluded from the Winter Olympics, and because of this, they feel like they lack recognition.
We're joined today by Nick Berry, who's the chair of Nottingham's synchronised ice skating team, the Icicles, to talk about their issues the sport faces. Welcome, Nick.
Afternoon, guys.
Very nice to have you on the sofa.
I'm sure it's warmer than what you're used to, so welcome.
Yes, a lot nicer actually, yeah.
So what exactly is synchronised skating? Like, tell us a bit about your team.
Good question. So it's basically, think Torval and Dean ice dance.
Yep.
But
Torval and Dean.
yeah.
I'm imagining a rink on the table here, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that, yeah.
Feel very at home. So, but it's 16 girls or boys. Shouldn't say just girls, mainly girls, but 16 girls and boys skating in synchronisation as a team to music. So each routine will have a theme. At Nottingham, we've got 6 teams ranging from the little ice pops that are sort of 7, 8, 9 years old, right up to the junior team, the Icicles, who are anywhere between 13 and 19. All of which are British champions. So we're doing very well.
Wow, amazing.
in sport.
So obviously it's not currently recognised as a Winter Olympic sport. Why do you think it is not?
Good question.
currently?
I think partly because it's quite a new sport. So it's only been around for, maybe something like 30, 40 years, which sounds a long time, but it's a relatively new ice sport, very exciting one. So I think I'm slightly biased now. I'm involved as a dad and as a chair, but yeah, really exciting, really graceful. There's a lot that can go wrong, which makes it even more exciting, as you've seen at the Olympics. Lots of falls, lots of danger involved. But yeah, I think it's more that it's just not a traditional ice sport, and obviously we're very hopeful that it will break through at some point soon.
What would it mean for you and your team to be in the next Winter Olympics then?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously huge and a dream for all the girls that they've got something to aim for, and at the minute there's sort of nowhere to go. So our girls go off to the World Championships and skate all over Europe and indeed Canada and places like that. but it really would take it to a whole new level for not just us, but for the whole sport in general. And yeah, I think it's that thing that's missing for us all, and we're already preparing for the fact that it will be.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on the sofa today.
No problem.
Yep,
Good luck to you and your team.
2022, bring it on.
Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you. National Chip Week is upon us, and if you're like me, then chips play a crucial role in its takeaway.
Emily takes a look into the history of the fish and chip and why the nation is obsessed with the stuff.
Fish and chips, you can't beat it. But where did Britain's love of chips begin? Have I gone back in time? The Village Museum. I wonder what's in there. Wow, the oldest fish and chip shop in the world. I wonder what the history is.
Yeah, well, this is Mick's Fish and Chip Shop, and it opened in Ruddington in 1902, and it closed during the Second World War. So it went through 2 generations of the Glazebrook family, but had a relatively short life. When it was first found, it was in a terrible state, and it went to the Industrial Museum at Hullerton Hall and had 6 months of intensive conservation. It's now all backed with fiberglass.
It appears that Nottingham has embraced its chip heritage and continues to produce amazing fish and chips. The cod scallops was a finalist in the National Fish and Chip Awards this year.
Our main USP would be the variety of fish that we sell. We've got between 20 and 30 different types of fish and seafood available every day, as opposed to just your normal traditional cod and haddock. We fry in beef dripping as opposed to oil, so it gives it a traditional flavour and back to the old school. And I think just a little bit of care and attention as well.
So why is it fish and chips is the nation's favourite takeaway?
I think it's just grown generation on generation, and it's a bit like the Sunday dinner, isn't it? And I think that it's just unanimous with Britain, and especially on a Friday, the chippy tea. It's still very popular.
So there you have it, guys. There's a huge history behind the fish and chips, and it seems Nott's is the place to get it. Get it?
Get it. I was licking my lips throughout the whole of that package, and I've got to ask you, Annabelle.
Go on.
One, what do you like on your chips?
Well, I love a bit of salt and vinegar. If I'm going to a chippy, salt and vinegar all the way. What about you?
I mean, I'm northern like you are. Where's the sauce? You know, gravy and curry sauce. You got to have them both. Fair enough. All right, break my heart again then. How do you like them cut?
How do I like them cut? Chunky.
Oh, okay, thank God. Well, it appears that you agree with the majority because we asked on our Twitter at the Nott Spot.
Oh, yeah.
How do you like your chips cut for National Chip Week? And chunky has prevailed with 36% of the votes. A few American votes maybe come in with the French fries. Actually, you know, not invented in France, they're invented in Belgium. There you go. Curly at 23%, another one of the Americans. And the recent, you know, veganuary sort of trend, the sweet potato fries and health conscious. Sweet potato got more than I expected, but, you know, it's not good enough, is it?
No, it's not good enough.
Ahead of a big year for festivals around the UK, Reading and Leeds announced their lineup. But was it worth the wait or the money?
And is it actually any better than any Nottinghamshire festivals? The Nott Spot's Bradley Hope has more.
It was meant to be the UK's biggest and best festival of 2018, and with no Glastonbury this year, everyone was waiting for Reading and Leeds 2018. But when the organisers announced the lineup, I don't think anyone was expecting the artists that were going to be announced, and a lot of people vented their frustrations on Twitter, as you'll see now.
What a dire situation. The worst lineup ever. It's 2018, not 2008. It's not the 1st of April, is it? If only I happen to have £205 plus a £12 fee.
Which is a lot of money to part with, and my question is it actually worth it? So I've had a look at some Nottinghamshire festivals that are going to be taking over the whole year, and I'm going to put to you, are these the festivals that you should be attending? So my first festival I'm going to put to you is Dot to Dot Festival. This takes over 3 cities, including Bristol, Manchester and Nottingham. And the festival goes across many music venues across the city, including Bodega, Rescue Rooms, and of course, the big one, Rock City, which is just behind me here. There's lots of local artists and lots of big upcoming artists that play at the festival, and for only 14 quid, it's really a no-brainer. The second festival I put to you is Splendour Festival. It's one of the biggest festivals in Nottingham. It's a one-day event at Wallerton Park, and last year they had Leeds Giants, Kaiser Chiefs headlining the bill. And this year they've announced headliner Paloma Faith to be headlining the bill at Wallerton Park on the 21st of July 2018. And for 53 quid, with many more acts to be announced, it's going to be some festival this year at Wallerton Park. The third and final festival I recommend for you is Why Not Festival. It had nightmares last year with lots of safety precautions and the flooding that happened at the festival, but they've moved sites and it's going to be an even better this year. And they've already announced the 3 headliners this year, including the Libertines, which of course headlined Reading and Leeds. They've done Glastonbury over the years as well, so it should be a huge festival. And for 153 quid, the question is, why not? So, for 220 quid, would you rather go for a weekend at Reading or Leeds, or go to 3 other fantastic festivals in the Nottingham area? I know what I would choose, but it's up to you. 220 quid for Reading and Leeds, or 220 quid for 3 fantastic festivals? This is Bradley Hope for Nott Spot.
Thanks for that, Brad. Are you going to any festivals this summer, Alex?
I'm glad you asked, Annabelle, because you're from Macclesfield, correct, in Cheshire? Well, I'm actually going to the festival there, Blue Dot Festival. It's in Jodrell Bank. It's all about space and exploration, bit of dance music, Chemical Brothers headlining.
Wow.
Is it really your thing? Are you going to be going as well?
I will definitely not be attending that festival, but I'm sure you'll have a great time, Alex.
Well, thank you anyway. In other news, the BAFTAs were held last Sunday to honour the best national and international films of 2017.
Continuing the awards build-up, the Brit Awards is here celebrating the British music industry.
Here's Galibe Guam to tell us everything we need to know.
Tomorrow, the Brit Awards 2018 will be held at the O2 Arena, hosted by Jack Whitehall and Clara Amfo. As the nominations are out, people are already talking about who should win what award. The first category that has everyone talking is British Male Solo Artist. The nominees are Ed Sheeran, Liam Gallagher, Loyal Kana, Rag & Bone Man and Stormzy. Twitter's going crazy and it's looking like the public are rooting for Ed Sheeran and Stormzy to win. Singer Dua Lipa is leading the Brit Awards nominations as she's up to 5 awards, including Best British Female Solo Artist. She'll face competition from Jessie Ware, Kate Tempest, Laura Marling and Paloma Faith. Dua Lipa has also been nominated for British Breakthrough Act alongside Dave, J Hus, Loyal Kana and Sampha. Former One Direction bandmates Liam Payne and Harry Styles will also compete against one another for their single Strip That Down and Sign of the Times, the British Artist Video of the Year. Anne-Marie, Calvin Harris, Clean Bandit, Dua Lipa, Jonas Blue, Little Mix, Zayn and Taylor Swift are all nominated for the award. British Artist Video of the Year and British Breakthrough Act will be voted by the public and announced on the night. That's your Brit lineup. Make sure you guys vote for your favourite artists on the night. I've been Galibe Guam for the Nott Sports.
Elsewhere in showbiz, Marvel have released a Black Panther film based on the comic book series of the same name.
Cinemas all over the UK, including Nottingham, have been busy as Marvel fans rush to watch Black Panther the movie.
The film, raked in roughly £17 million in their opening week, topped the UK box office charts for this week.
The film stars Chadwick Boseman alongside British talent such as Martin Freeman and Andy Serkis.
Last week may have been the week of love, but this week welcomes my true love. National Margarita Day, this Thursday.
And we don't mean the pizza. This week is a celebration of the Mexican cocktail, and Zofia Hare went to different bars to find out where you can find the best margarita in Nottingham.
Hi guys, so it is National Margarita Day this week and I've narrowed it down to the top 3 places that are the tastiest and most affordable prices in Nottingham to get your margaritas. So let's go and find out which one has the best to offer.
The margarita was invented in the early 90s by Carlos Dani Herrera at his restaurant in Mexico.
Right, so let's see how good this tastes. Oh, that's got a kick to it, that's very nice. Do you have to did you say you have to lick that bit as well? Oh. Okay, I'd say that is a solid 8 out of 10 from the orange tree. Right, so second cocktail of the day, feeling slightly tipsy. So let's see how good Turtle Bay's one is. Ooh. Oh, I like that. That's got a solid 9 from me, actually. Yeah, very good, top notch.
So, how do you make a margarita? Well, you start by pouring the tequila and lime juice into a cocktail shaker. You then add a handful of ice cubes and shake vigorously for 15 seconds. You pour the drink into a martini glass with half the rim damped with salt water and then dipped into salt for that extra kick. You finish the drink off with a slice of lime.
It's going to be strong. Okay, I'm ready.
When it wants sweet, I can make it sweeter.
Oh, that's got a kick to it. That is very good. That is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Solid. Did you say you've never made one before?
No.
That is top notch because you haven't made one before. So there you have it, guys. After a few margaritas, I'm a bit steaming, but it's all good. After all the places I've been to, I've narrowed it down, and Revs takes the hold for the most tasty cocktail from today.
Last week, the time.
Well, I know where I'll be going to get my margaritas on Thursday.
To continue our appreciation of the alcoholic beverage, we're now joined by professional cocktail makers Monica and Esther to oversee us making our very own cocktails right here in the studio. Welcome, guys. Thanks so much for coming in today.
Hello.
Hello.
With Esther and Monica.
Monica, yeah.
Cool. Okay, so I basically want to learn how to make a margarita cocktail, so...
You look well prepared for that already.
Yeah, we are. We're prepared. We're amateurs, so we needed to set it all out.
So we've got the ingredients here, tequila, sugar syrup. So let's talk Annabelle through it then. Okay. So, how long have you been doing this for?
I'm doing it for more than 3 years now.
Oh, okay.
Bit of a professional.
Okay, well, we're going to see if we can do this in 3 minutes, basically. So, take it away, Annabelle.
So I'm guessing this is the main thing. What we're starting with.
So you put in all the ingredients. It doesn't matter the order.
Doesn't matter the order. So I'm just going to start off with 25 ml.
Let me just ask an essential question. Do we have ice here?
Well, it's going to be a warm margarita.
It's going to be a warm margarita.
I guess so. It's not summer yet, is it? So it's
like
perfect.
in Mexico, I suppose. You know, they don't have ice there.
We've got some sugar syrup to sweeten it up.
So if I'm right, you already measured everything. I can see it.
Yeah, we've got.
I always thought it was like a cup of tea. You'd put in like the syrup in
Very
first,
well
but I guess
organised.
not.
Something. Oh God.
Tequila.
Yeah.
That smells awful.
Oh, go on, let me
That's
have a
going
whiff
to
of
be
that
a
cup.
strong one.
There you go.
Oh God, you're getting your bit. And then what? We put all that in as well.
You put the lime in, yeah.
Just squeeze it in.
You put squeeze and then put the whole lime wedge in. And if we would have lime, ice.
We've got a margarita here. What's your favourite cocktail to make?
Mine is porn star.
And why is that better than a margarita then?
It's just the flavors.
Okay. What goes
in
in?
porn star goes with maracuja syrup.
Oh, okay.
It's with vodka.
Mm-hmm.
I just prefer vodka above tequila. It's less likely to give me a headache.
Standard.
And pineapple juice.
Mm-hmm.
Am I shaking this up
Monica,
now?
you
Put
say?
lime in it.
This would be the
I'm
time.
more of a Cuba Libre. I'm a rum lover.
Oh, okay. Standard. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's not a good
We have
start.
We have a hole in the air.
Okay.
Do you want to close it?
Is that a good shake technique, or what are we saying?
Well, I would say you could shake like above your shoulder, but I wouldn't raise that.
Yeah,
much.
I don't want to get.
It's getting all over my suit.
Sorry,
I'm not
apologies.
too happy with this. So I assume
Is
normally.
it your first try ever?
First
I was
try
worse. I had a shower, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, so should I?
Yeah.
Should I
Yeah.
So where do you both work and where do you make margaritas often?
Well, to be honest, I haven't made margarita in half a year now, but it's really
okay.
similar to.
Well, maybe I should come over and order one then. Whereabouts do you work?
I work in Rizzoli. It's a Prosecco bar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
What we
Prosecco
doing?
bar. You don't have much
Now
time.
you would have it in a glass with salt over it.
Yeah, we've not got salt today. We're a little bit.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's all right. You know.
Well,
it's bad for us. You know.
I guess we want to learn how to make margarita at home, so it's like good enough, isn't it?
Homemade margarita.
Do I just put it in, or
Yeah,
what?
you could decorate.
Decorate.
Yeah.
Okay, make it a bit pretty. Lovely.
Okay,
well
fantastic.
done.
Ladies
So I'm
first. I want a bit, but I'll let you have it
Just gonna-
first. You know, you can make it. You can have all the spillage bits. You know, here you go.
Oh,
That's not good.
that's pure tequila.
I mean, would you like to try any ladies first sort of
I
thing?
let you two go.
You'll
Oh,
probably
okay.
drink
Oh,
a
you're
few
too
bits.
kind. You're too kind.
Oh God. God, you've downed it, Alex.
Mostly, yeah. Yeah, there you go.
You know.
Do you wanna
No,
try
what
it?
on the tape?
Go for it.
You're in for a treat.
Was it your ever first attempt?
That was my first ever attempt.
Was indeed. Okay, I'm already feeling a little bit woozy, so I think I'm gonna,
This
call
is
it
really strong.
to an end here. It is indeed. Thank you very much,
Thank you so
Monica
much for
and
coming in.
Esther. Happy National Margarita Day on Thursday.
Thank you.
Thanks for that, guys. That really did indeed hit the spot.
So you know where to get your margarita on Thursday, and make sure you stay tuned in to the Brits tomorrow night.
That's all from us now. See you next time for more of the Nott Spot.